Recording is on.
There we go.
All right. So, for anyone who might not make it tonight but will send us some notes, I'll be able to post this to our Skywarn YouTube, and they should be able to have access to this. So, welcome everybody. I appreciate your participation. Exciting times for us as we move forward and kind of reshape and reaffirm who we are. And I appreciate Mark for taking his time out to be with us and give his feedback. What our objective is at least initially, if we get it all done tonight, great. If not, we may need to fine tune. What we're trying to do is to come up with a way to have a Skywarn Appreciation Day, a recognition day for our spotters across our area. In lieu of them not being able to do that this year, the shutdown really put a kibosh on that. Um, we have done online, we have done in face, but this year, what do we want? Do we want a mix? Do we want a social where we get together and then maybe have a day of some trainings that are online? What is it that you all want and think that the spotters would gain the most from and feel the most appreciated with?
It would be nice to be able to meet everybody in person.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah, I would.
go ahead.
Yeah, I would second that, Patty. Especially given it's a challenge whenever you have a wide area like we have. But I think it would be beneficial, nice to get maybe people that together from the Joplin area all the way to the eastern and up in the lakes. Everyone kind of coming together. I think you learn a lot that way, and um, it can be difficult. It kind of sometimes forces you to find maybe a centralized location to hold that. But
Right.
um, I think there's definitely benefit if you could make it happen that way, to get people together in person.
I agree. I do concur. We had that spotter symposium. What's it been? 5 years ago? Six, maybe
Yeah.
more. Um, there were 250 people that showed up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. We just did, I think it was 4 hours. Um, there was training in there. I did a presentation that I know I will change up greatly from that since then, and all I've learned since then. Um, I know that the spotters are asking for advanced spotter training to be a part of this. Um, we've seen a lot of the webinars, we've been to a lot of the trainings, and there's a sense that they would like to get something more advanced on board. And Mark, you've done that for us once before. So I think the recording did take, if I recall.
Something more like a
Yeah,
I know the heartbreak.
yeah. There, we could do. There's lots of different ways you can do that. You can do a. I mean, you can create a scenario and go through a little bit more in depth as far as if the goal or if the interest is more in with the positioning of the spotter, or maybe if it's kind of depends on what the specific interest is. But there's a way we can definitely drill down and make it kind of as in depth as you want it to be. Or
Tabletop.
if you're looking at more
yeah
science,
tabletop.
kind of a tabletop. We've done that for some counties that wanted that. Some fire departments and things that wanted a little bit more, um, just more hands on, just more tailored to their area, and it can definitely be done.
I know
I
Lindsay
think
Lindsay had brought that item up. Lindsay, would you like to expand on what you would like to see as a part of that more advanced training? Did we lose your audio?
Looks like she's muted.
Yeah.
Do what?
There we go.
Okay, there you are. I was asking, you had put in your notes that you would like to see advanced spotter training. What in particular would you like to see? How would you like to see that addressed to meet your needs?
I mean, my needs personally, I work 3 jobs, so a lot of my stuff has to be done online or through, virtual. But, being in person, actually having a seated class with other advanced spotters would be nice. I mean, like I take the advanced one every year just to kind of renew my stuff.
Sure.
But it just seems like it's so repetitive at this point. I just wonder what else out there we could learn that would help us advance farther into what we want to do with spotting.
Okay. Okay. Something to think about for sure. I know with me and probably Billy too. I know Eric's out in the field more. Just getting away from the radio and getting out in the field sometimes is helpful. Um, I want to know, in my mind, what's happening on the radar and what that translates to when the spotter's talking to me. And I lose touch with that over time, and I find that I need to get back out in the field, and I do. Um, and then I know personally I'd like to, and I may do this as not a part of this, but I'd like to do something more advanced with communications. I might be able to fit this in. How do we talk to the spotters? How does the net control get the information out and confirm what's there? Taking our time, it can get hectic. We get 4 or 5 major cells rolling through at the same time, but we want to be able to translate that and get it to NWS accurately. Yeah, I can see that being a part. That may be a big need for this. What do you think?
I think
As far as like I've not ever done net control up here on this end, but we are gearing more towards the ham radio portion of it. So any kind of training as far as the ham radio goes, that would be fantastic.
Okay. Mark just shared a link with me. Let me pull this up. I gotta
Yeah,
find.
I don't know if I'm not used to this this platform. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool though.
there's
So
there's
I
a
don't know if that went to everybody or not.
It did.
it went in the chat. But I think I can share screen. I start
Oh,
screen.
that's awesome.
So this
Here you go.
this
And you-
course listing. Oh, you found it? Okay, good. Yeah, so that course listing, everyone's kind of used to the tactical spotter training. That's typically the one we produce, we give every year. However, there's other ones a little bit more, they're a little bit more specific and tailored to different things that might be of benefit at the training or at the, however you want to do it. There's one, I think, and you kind of click them by tabs. So if you click
Okay.
on that next tab, yeah, come by tabs. One of them's really just a little bit more, it's pretty in depth as far as radar goes, what you're looking at, features. It's about 90 minutes of that. And then there's one that's actually just getting rebuilt right now. This is almost done. really goes into the difficult squall line and squall line tornado events.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of what what that's all about, what those look like, how does it look like on radar, what does the spotter need to know, that type of thing with that class. And then there's one on flash flooding that Trevor's just about done with. I teach one, and I thought about this as you guys were talking about comms. So I teach one, I go to some of the dispatch centers and kind of give them some information kind of tailored to them. So they're not, they're in a way, I guess in a way to think about it, they're kind of net control if you look at it from that perspective. They're
Right.
not out in the field, but they're gathering all the info and sending it to us. And so I've tailored a class to them that kind of lets them, they don't need to know what shelf clouds look like and all this stuff, and they don't need to know about positioning, but they do need to know when they get that information sent to them, what do they do with it? How can they get it to us quickly? Some internal things for them. And so that's a unique class that maybe we could somehow tailor towards amateur radio and Skywarn. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of crossover there. For sure.
There's a lot of crossover with that. And then the other one is a fire weather one. So I just kind of wanted to share that if y'all are ever looking for ideas on things that are a little bit more specific and something, it's just different. Maybe you're looking for a different, all these are in person for the most part. But I think they would make a really good addition to your